Hello. Hello, welcome back to the vlog. Some sun, finally. This week it's my second business birthday, and I'm concerned that a lot of the content could look and feel quite similar. But not everybody listens to the podcast, not everybody watches YouTube, so I want to share it on both. So that's kind of been going on in the back of my head, and I got a cake yesterday, but just realised after a million different things going wrong this morning that we don't have any candles. We must have thrown them away in the move or something. I can't think what's happened to the birthday cake candles, but we didn't have them. So I've just been on a big long walk to go and find some, and I really wanted to get like a number 2. And I got to the shop. The first shop didn't have any candles. Got to the second shop. The second shop had all the candles apart from a number 2. So just got some basic candles, which is like, of course, fine. But you know, when it's just like, oh, okay, so that's not worked and that's not worked. And, you know, I wanted to film this morning, but it was grey and I just feel behind on the schedule. So this is a chaotic start. I don't know if there's a shadow on my face or not. This is a chaotic start to the business birthday video. But hey, I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's go celebrate. Okay, let's unbox the cake. Are you kidding? She's so cute. She is so cute. Look at that. Last year I had a ginormous cake and loads of people over to celebrate my first business birthday. And this year I'm doing a little bit smaller. Oh, it's so cute. Let's put some candles on her. Kind of want to name her. Anybody else? Whoa, these candles are huge. Oh, we've got a real array of colours. Different hues of pink. Okay, do we prefer these two or these two? I mean, you can't tell me. I've got to make the decision. Okay, let's go pale. Cute. So I think it's really interesting. You see loads of people. I feel like you see less people celebrating their business in the UK. Like small businesses. When I think of other friends or people that I know who have small businesses, I'm like, why are you not celebrating that? I think you got to tap into the joy. I think you got to find it. I think you got to make it. So that's what I'm doing. Why is this so difficult to do? Also, can I just show you the size of the candle? The size of the cake. I'm gonna have to really shove it in there. Oh, I've managed to get one of Sophie's hairs on it. That's gonna have to come off before we take some pictures for Instagram, isn't it? Oh dear. There we go. But I guess that maybe goes back to me as like a human. I love a birthday. I love my birthday. I love other people's birthdays. Any kind of moment to celebrate, I can't get enough. I'm interested to know how you feel about birthdays, if you're into it or not. Do I think this is linked to our Enneagram types? Yes, I do. Okay, just before I go any further, I'm going to go film this week's podcast episode. So if you're on YouTube, but you don't listen to my podcast, come and listen to Guided. It's available on Apple and Spotify. You can find it here on YouTube as well. We are doing a special birthday episode where I'm sharing a lot of news. So I would go and listen to the podcast episode. I think it's going to be really good. We can't see it at all. So it's like 2 days later. Isn't that always the way with, like a big week? Anyway, I just wanted to come on and share a piece of cake with you and, reflect. I think Business birthdays, business milestones, business anniversaries are so interesting, right? You know, watching this thing that you created kind of take shape in the world, watching other people respond to it. It does feel a little bit like having a child. Like yesterday, loads of people commented on my Instagram post that I shared about it being my business birthday. And it's just crazy to think about how many people are encouraging me, how many people this work has impacted. It's just nuts. What an absolute joy. And so there is this sense of like wanting to take stock of that. And so I think that's why, this week has gone so quickly, and I'm just sitting down to eat some cake now. But I think that's really interesting. And it's also really interesting to think about where my personal growth has intertwined with the business growth. I think that's so interesting to think about, especially when I run the kind of business that I run, a wellness business, a business in the wellness space, where I'm teaching people, leading people, supporting people, encouraging people in their own well-being. It's why I show up on so many different platforms. It's why I'm showing up on YouTube, I show up on Instagram, I show up on TikTok, I have my own podcast, I have my own mailing list, I try and get on other podcasts and the radio. I've been on the radio. I'm in Women's Health this month. I'm in another publication coming up in a few months, because as much as possible, I need to be as crystal clear and as open about my own personal growth, because why would you take advice from somebody that you don't respect, right? That's just a wellness business 101. And so hopefully, you know, showing up, doing the Daily Dose Diaries this month, showing up once a day. Hopefully that is building that trust on an even deeper level. But I'd be really, really interested in knowing what you think, because that's what really matters. When you're following somebody in the wellness space, when you're working with somebody in the wellness space regarding your well-being, what do you look for from that practitioner, that person, that coach, that individual? What is it that you look for in that person that helps build trust for you? I'd be so interested to know, especially thinking about that from an Enneagram point of view, because perhaps it'll be different Enneagram type to Enneagram type. I think that could be so interesting. So if you have something, share it in the comments. It would mean the world for me to be able to understand that, hear that. Yeah, it would just be so interesting. And yeah, I'm really trying to take stock of this business birthday, and just get really crystal clear about where I want to go over the next year, and what I think is going to be the most nurturing and supportive for my clients, for this work. And a lot of the time that isn't what's comfortable, that isn't what's easy. That's thinking about how we can push ourselves and step into the next version of us. And I think this also kind of links into the fact that I am turning 30 in May. You know, this is where we see, you know, business and personal branding really overlap, because as I approach such a huge milestone for me, how will that impact the business and how I'm showing up online and what that looks like? I think it's really exciting. So if anything that I've just said has spoken to you, let me know in the comments. I would really, really appreciate that. And also, if you're not following yet, please hit subscribe, because that would also, excuse me, a hiccup, that would also mean the world. One more thing before I have a piece of friggin' cake. Let me show you this. So for Christmas, can you see that? For Christmas, I got this mug that is, it keeps the coffee warm, or your tea. So you can put it on this little counter if you're gonna. So I find it really helpful for in session. This is really helpful if you're a practitioner of any kind, when you're in a lot of one-to-ones. You pop the lid on and you pop it on this disc, and I hope you can see that. I can't really tell if you'll be able to see that or not. And it heats up the mug, so it keeps your drink warm. So if you've only got a few moments to be able to take a sip, you don't have to down your coffee in one go. I'm a huge fan. I'm obsessed. I can't get enough. And it's in my brand colours. How freaking exciting is that? Nice, nice, nice. Okay, I'm going to eat the rest of my cake. Well, probably not all of it. My husband's been eyeing it up, and I was like, I just need it for one more. I just needed to film one more Instagram reel. So I didn't let me any last night. So I will go and share it with him. But I hope that you've enjoyed a little bit of a behind the scenes chaotic vlog. Yeah, and I hope that you're able to listen to my business birthday podcast episode. I would love it if you could listen to that. Yeah, I just hope that you really enjoy it and that you get something from it. Always, all the time, whenever I'm picking out the camera, it's always, how can I support you? What does it look like for this to be impactful for the community, for the collective? How does this support the community and the collective? And, you know, this week, without getting too political, although perhaps maybe I should, you know, it does feel like, well, just a really hard time, right? And to be honest, it's been a hard time for at least 30 years, the whole time I've been here. So yeah, I'm just always thinking about, how can I support the community? How can I support the collective? And actually, that's where the heart of a lot of my work comes from. You know, I offer my seasonal reset class, and, you know, I had that last week. And that is just such a beautiful space where we can get together as a circle. You know, it's an online meditation journaling class where we get together and we meditate, we let go of what is no longer serving us, we share and hear from others about where they're at on the journey, and we inspire each other to keep going, for the best version of us to show up. And so it's woven into every part of my work, and hopefully that's something that you've felt so far on this YouTube journey, and hopefully you're seeing that in the other areas that I'm showing up as well. So basically, thanks. Thanks for making that possible. Thanks for always responding with such kindness. And yeah, we're at almost 100 subscribers, which I am jazzed about, you guys. I think in a world filled with people going viral, sometimes we can forget to celebrate that 100 subscribers is 100 actual human people. That's amazing. If 100 people were stood in a room, you'd be like, wow, this is loads of people. So yeah, just a huge thank you for kind of supporting me this far in the journey. And yeah, let's see where the next 2 years of the Enneagram Guide takes us all, hopefully together as a community, as a collective. Am I a bit cringe? Yeah. Are we leaning into it? Always. I'll see you tomorrow for another dose of the Daily Diaries.